Hello students and welcome to another video of IELTS with Coach Brad. I am of course Coach Brad, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips that I hope can improve your score in the listening section of the IELTS test. This is a good video before you try an IELTS listening test, or maybe after 1 or 2 attempts, and then you can see perhaps what mistakes you are making, and maybe these tips can help you a little bit to fix those mistakes. If you are watching my videos for the first time, then be sure to like, share and subscribe. I have many more videos that can help you with your IELTS preparation, and I also have another video very similar to this one which gives 5 tips for the reading test. So make sure you also check that out. If you're not sure, the IELTS listening test has 4 sections. It starts a little bit easier and the last section is a little bit more difficult. There are 40 questions and it takes around 40 minutes. It's important to remember you can only hear each question one time. You also get a little bit of time to read the questions before you start each section, and a little bit of time to check your answers between sections also. So, let's begin. My first tip, and the most important tip, is to practice. The best way to practice the IELTS listening tests is to do the listening test. All forms of listening practice are great. Maybe you like to watch a movie, watch a TV series, watch YouTube in English. That's fantastic. But I still think you should practice the IELTS listening test as often as you can. I have made many IELTS listening tests, which I have put on YouTube and give to my students, but you will also want to check the past IELTS tests on YouTube. The reason is you want to get practice with different accents. I sound very different to someone from Ireland or Scotland. Perhaps your teachers have always had American accents, and that might make it more challenging for you if you get a British accent in the test. My next tip, and this is an important one, you need to stay relaxed. If you feel pressure and stress, it makes it a lot more difficult. I have seen this many times. Some of my best students have done very poorly in the IELTS listening test because they got so stressed and they could not focus. You need to forget about getting every question right. I don't think you're going to do that. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to miss questions. It's important that you follow where you are on the IELTS listening test and make sure that you are not thinking about a difficult question when easier questions later in the test have passed. That means you will miss the easy questions because you are stressing about a question that is probably too difficult for you. Remember, you definitely do not need 100% to get the IELTS score you need. Sometimes you just need to relax and accept that you have missed one of the answers. Also, you do get time to fix your mistakes later, so don't worry about trying to fix a small error in the middle of the listening test. Come back at the end of the section and fix it then. You need to focus on the next question. My next tip, oh please, no easy mistakes. You did so well to get the question, but then a small mistake like forgetting a capital letter or not putting the S at the end of a noun which is a plural, or forgetting a, an or the. You did all the hard work already. Please don't make a silly mistake because you will lose a point that you should have gotten. Sometimes there are clues in the question which will help you get a bit of a feeling about what you need to listen for. Look at example 1. You can see a dollar sign. If you don't understand all the vocabulary, no problem, but make sure you are listening for the dollar sign. Also, sometimes the speaker's tone can give you a bit of a feeling about when they are giving you an answer. That is another reason why a practice test is important. Also, on the question sheet, if you see a, an, or the, it means you are listening for a noun. If you see that and you are putting in a verb, you probably have the answer wrong. So maybe think about it a little bit more. And my final tip is be prepared for when the speaker is trying to confuse you. They do this in many ways. For example, they might change their mind or act like they made a mistake. Imagine they are giving you a phone number. They might say, my phone number is 04294. Actually, no, it's 02494. So you need to be ready for when the speaker changes their mind or makes a mistake. The other thing they do is give you options which sound very similar. Imagine the question asks when the speaker went to the market. They might say, I wanted to go to the markets yesterday, but I was busy. I can't go tomorrow because it's closed, so I went today. So you're thinking yesterday, tomorrow, today, when did he go to the markets? So you need to decide of the three similar sounding options, yesterday, tomorrow, or today, which one is actually the correct answer. And sometimes the speaker will mix the order of the words which you are expecting him to say. This can confuse you a little bit. For example, it is important to arrive on time in your uniform. He might say, you need to arrive in your work clothes and don't be late. Can you see how he has switched the order of the keywords? So that is the end of today's video. Make sure you check out my video with 5 tips for the reading part of the IELTS test. But just remember, practice, practice, practice. And I'll see you next time.